And as soon as the opportunity presented itself, it was a no-brainer what to do. And it came really late too. And I was kind of, deciding where I was going to end up. And these guys came through, and so Ohio kid, Ohio dream, play for the Buckeyes. And so here I am.
Did they present it that they needed 4 quarterbacks here for one thing? I mean, how did they present
it? Yeah, so
it
was last year around probably late March, April. And I was looking at D2 schools, NAIA schools. And so I had sent them my film and stuff, and they mentioned that they needed another quarterback. And so they said, yeah, we'll offer you a preferred walk-on here.
And one of the things, how much is the deck stacked against you to a certain extent,
Big time, but you have to earn everything around here, and everyone understands that, it's preached as soon as you come in. So as long as you embrace that, take advantage of the reps you get, keep your head down, work hard, everything will turn out in the end.
Thanks, man.
Daniel, I'm sure you've been asked about this, but I know you had options. You could have played a scholarship player, maybe at a smaller school. Just what were your options, and why did you decide to come here? And
I had interest from Tusculum College, offers from Georgetown College, and a bunch of the NAIAs around me. And then I had a preferred walk-on to Marshall as well. But these guys came through at the end when I was kind of, figuring out what I was going to do, whether I was going to go small or try to walk on somewhere. And as soon as Ohio State came around, I jumped on board right away.
So what has this past year been like for you? Big Ten Championship, Rose Bowl. You got to be a part of that. You said you grew up an Ohio State fan. Putting it into perspective, what has that been like?
Throughout the process, as you're working, as you're practicing, as you're lifting, you don't really. It's hard to take a step back and realize everything. But this is one of the most historic years. We had Dwayne, one of the most historic years passing in college football history, and so I think I may have taken advantage of that, because I didn't know any other way when I first came in. But it was awesome, definitely great role models around, older receivers too, who take care of the young quarterbacks. So that was awesome.
What was it like being around Dwayne? What did you learn from him on and off the field?
Just the way he competed in every rep, every drill, even if it was like one-on-ones. He'd make sure all his footwork was perfect, and he'd really push the young receivers too. We had guys coming in like Chris Olave and Jalen Gill, Blue Smith. So just the way he was so comfortable in the offense that he could make everyone around him better.
What are your impressions of other guys in the room right now? Justin Fields, Matt Baldwin.
We have a really talented quarterback room. Obviously, it's Ohio State. It's the way it's going to be. Justin and Matt, both really competitive guys. And so same with Chugs, and so it's a fun room to be in. A lot of young guys too. Chugs is kind of the uncle around the room, savvy with it. So it's a fun mix, and can't wait to keep working with Coach Yursich and Corey Dennis. So it's a good mix.
You were just a couple hours down the road in Cincinnati, but who discovered you here? Was it Coach Day? Who kind of discovered you?
No. So I had known Coach Davis for a while, Coach Billy Davis. And so I'd come to a couple camps here when I was younger, and so kind of had exposure there. And then Aaron Hodges was the guy who, set it all up for me, coming here and applying, all that good stuff.
Danny, one of the messages around this program for guys, has always been mental reps.